Hey mamas, I am speaking on Monday. I'm doing a group live coaching session, and they asked me to speak about confidence. And so I was preparing my notes for that. And what I really wanted to talk about, I thought, I want to do a quick video on here so that I can share some of the things that I'm going to talk about on Monday, and ways that helped me grow my own self-worth and self-confidence, because I wanted to attract a badass husband. And I realized I didn't feel like I was a badass. I was like, no one's gonna love me if I don't love myself. No one's gonna respect me if I don't respect myself and trust myself. And so how do I do that? Why don't I feel like a badass? And that's what put me on this mission that I started, and that ultimately everything that I was doing was growing my self-worth and my self-love and my self-confidence. And so that men who were not good for me, they were no longer attracted to me. I wasn't attracted to them, I wasn't attracting them. Isn't that crazy? So there are certain keys that I did that grew my self-esteem from someone who used to get treated like crap. And I was in a bad marriage, and I went through bankruptcy and foreclosure, and I was also abused as a child. And I talk about that in my book. And because I've never talked about it before, but I'm talking about it now, because that created beliefs within myself that I wasn't good enough, and men only wanted me for sex. And so I had to find ways to turn that around. I don't know, it just like, I really wanted an awesome husband, an awesome relationship, and I just intrinsically somehow just realized, just hit me one day at my best friend's wedding, that I'm not going to. The only way you can attract someone awesome is if you feel like you are awesome, and you are awesome. And I want everybody to feel like they're great, and I want everybody to stop feeling bad about themselves, and I want anybody to have low self-esteem and self-worth. And that's why I'm doing this right now. That's why I wrote the book in the first place, and wrote this blog, and I'm doing this YouTube video. So the first one is, this is also one of the ways you reduce stress that I did another video just now, is being the person that you need. I'm going to be talking about this a lot, and because you don't need saving, no one's going to save you, and you just need to heal yourself. It's about healing. It's about being the person that you need, because you've been through a lot. If you've been through a divorce, you've been through major trauma, and probably some other trauma, and we can heal. We can heal from that and literally feel good about ourselves if we just practice. If we just practice kindness. Don't you think that we need more kindness and compassion right now everywhere? Don't we need that? Don't you think that's the number one thing that we need? Well, it starts in the mirror. You could practice being kind to mom, so then mom has kindness and compassion in her heart, and so that you can raise your family better. You can be a better mom, you can be a better sister, a better friend, and a better daughter. Wouldn't that be awesome? And if you gave yourself the gift of love, you gave that to yourself to be the person that you need, practice saying those things that you wish someone would say to you. So if you called up a friend and they said, they're having a hard time, they're struggling, going through something hard, what would you say to that person? You would say, it's going to be okay. I love you. I'm here for you. You would say, you're doing great, and keep going. You got another day. Well, why don't you say that to you? Why can't you say that to yourself? You can. That critic in my head used to say, you're too fat, you're ugly, you're too big, no one's gonna want you with 2 kids, all day long. That's what I had to practice getting rid of that and replacing it, and this is how I did that. That's number 2, silencing that inner bitch. That's also how you reduce stress. Number 3, look at yourself as if you're the 4-year-old you, 4-year-old Karen. You wouldn't be mean to her. You wouldn't say those things to her, would you? That little girl. You know what happened to me when I was 4 years old? This degenerate douchebag got kicked out of his own home, and my parents were trying to help him, and he molested me. 4 years old. And I'm sure so many of you have been through abuse. I know it. I know so many kids get abused, and the only reason why that guy would do that is because he was abused himself. It's the only way anyone would do something to a child, because they are abused and sick, and they need help. And when I started to think of it that way, I actually wrote a letter to myself. My therapist told me to write a letter to the 4-year-old Karen. And I should pull it up. I'm going to pull it up and talk about that on another video. And, but I always revert back to that. What would you wish that girl would know? You're amazing. You're beautiful. You're smart. You're funny. People want to be around you. You make people feel better. Isn't that what you want to tell your daughter? Don't you want your daughter to know that if you have a daughter, or your son, or your friend, or your sister, or if any family member? Don't you want them to think that they are amazing? You want them to feel good? Well, why don't you give that gift to yourself? Why don't you talk to her yourself like you're that little girl? Because you are that little girl. You're the 4-year-old, you're the 14-year-old, you're the 24-year-old, the 34-year-old, me, I'm 45-year-old. And you are all of those. You are all of those people and all of those versions. And you would never talk to that girl, talk to any 4-year-old like you talk to yourself sometimes. Why don't you try it? Find your gift. We're all good at different things. Every single one of us is completely unique, and we all have something that no one else has. Or maybe some other people are good at it too, but you know you're good at something specific. Find it. Are you using it? Are you sharing it? Wouldn't it be awesome if you did? What if your secret superhuman power was making people laugh? Did you make someone laugh today? Because that changes their state and it changes their life if you make someone laugh. What if your secret human power is listening? Are you a good listener? Did you listen to anybody today? What if you called somebody and you listened? Because that's what you're so good at. And then what happens after you listen to someone? You hang up the phone and you go, oh, I feel so good because I helped somebody. I listen. I'm a good listener. And you're telling yourself, you're proving it to yourself. No one's telling you that. I didn't say you're a good listener. I don't even know if you're a good listener, but you do. What if your super secret gift is, I am great with hair and makeup? Maybe, people that love doing hair and makeup. I can't stand doing hair and makeup. And I'd much rather have someone else do my hair almost every single time. But I know people who love that. Well, are you using that gift? Are you doing your hair and your makeup? Are you doing someone else's hair and makeup? Maybe, would your mom like her hair and makeup done? Would your sister like it done? Would your daughter? I think sometimes we have a rule about ourselves. And I was thinking about this because I used to have this rule about my weight. And I remember the lowest amount I've ever weighed is 157. I'm 5'10". All you teeny little girls are probably never ever, you would die if you weighed that much, right? That's the lowest number I've ever weighed, and as an adult. And when I would step on the scale every day and it was more than 157, I used to feel like shit. Why is that? And I was like, so I was thinking, I had this rule. Who said 157 is good? Who said that? Who came down and said, oh, if you're not 157, you're 158, you're fat. You should hate yourself. You shouldn't have eaten last night. Like, where does that come from? I don't know, but I'll tell you how I fixed it, is I proved it wrong. So it's 157, well, there's a lot of places it comes from, but we won't get into that. But you have a fake rule that's not real. I bet you have one. It might be about, about maybe your diet. I used to think that if I ate carbs, I was weak, and you're not supposed to have carbs. Carbs are bad. So if you're eating carbs, then you're just a weakling. What is that? Is it really true? I mean, broccoli is carbs, right? So is lettuce. So are all salads. All vegetables are carbs. So who said carbs were wrong? Who says you can't have a donut every once in a while? Why is that bad? Okay, donuts are not health food, but who says you have to have 100% healthy diet, 100% every day for the rest of your life? You can never have a treat. Who said that? That's kind of silly. Once you identify what stupid rule you have, then you can go, all right, well, where did that come from? Is that really does that really come from me? Do I really believe that? Is that really true? And then you can break it down and go, well, I know lots of healthy people that have a drink on Friday nights, or they have wine with dinner. I know lots of healthy people that have a donut every once in a while. I know lots of healthy, amazing people that are fit and have in great shape that, go to the movie and have movie popcorn. Be a student forever. Why do we have this thing in our mind that says as soon as you're 21, well, you can drink now, and so you're an adult. Once you're 18, oh, you're an adult. Do you guys know any 18-year-olds? Do you think they're the person you would call to ask for advice? You know what financial advice you're going to call an 18-year-old, because they don't have any experience. They don't have any wisdom yet. They will, but we have these other things. Maybe yours is 30. Well, I'm 30. I'm supposed to have it all figured out. I don't know anything. Well, maybe it's 40. By the time I'm 40, I'm going to have to be smart, and I'm going to have to figure it all out. No, you're never going to figure everything out. No one has it all figured out. Not a single person on the planet. And that's okay. You don't have to have it all figured out. Because guess what? What can you learn today? Can you learn something today? And you could learn something tomorrow, and then learn something else the next day, and you could learn something else the next day, and the very next day. I think you could. Why not? And if you think of it that way, you're building your confidence, because I read something. Oh my gosh, I read something that changed my view. It made me think. I'm actually using my mind to think of things that I never thought of before. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that great? Don't you feel good when you do that? Yeah, it's a strategy. Be a student for the rest of your life every day. When you get to be 100, you're like, wow, yeah, I know a lot. I know lots of stuff. I can't wait to read what I'm going to read today. I can't wait to learn every day. I think the people that shrivel up and die after they retire is because all they did was sit on the couch and watch TV. Well, do you think it's an accident or a coincidence that they die so quickly? And they get sick so quickly after they just can't wait to retire, but retirement, they don't do anything? That's not a coincidence. 2 more things. Building your confidence. You find one little teeny way to serve. And this is in my book too. One little thing. Is there anyone that you could help today? One person. One thing. It could be your kids. That's fine, because they need us all the time. Maybe one thing that they want you to do. They really just want to play with you, but only when they're little. When they're teenagers, which happen like that. Everybody says that, but it's true. Mine are 14 and 17. And they don't want to hang out with you anymore. They want to hang out with their friends. When you're a teenager, your friends are the most important thing to you. Fitting in is the most important thing, and your social life is the most important thing to a teenager, because they're undeveloped brains. But when they're kids, guess what kids do when they're 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? They only want you to play with them. And they're not going to after a while. It seems like you have all this time. I'm always playing with them. I'll do it tomorrow. But guess what happens if you just stop for 10 minutes and play a game? Whip out some cards. Read a book. My favorite thing in the whole world is to read books to them. And really, the only thing they wanted me to do was just play anything with them. Play. They want to play. Why can't we play? It's so fun. Go to the park. Kick a ball. It's so fun. Like, we're adults, we're not allowed to play anymore. That's not true. Who said that? Playing is a blast. I think the best thing about having kids, there's so many good things about kids, but the best thing is they remind us what everything was like when you experienced for the first time. They're experiencing everything for the first time, and they always want to play. I guess that's 2 things. There are a lot of great, amazing things I love about kids. But they remind us to be kids, be childlike, have fun, do something, an activity that's fun. That builds your confidence, because you did something, you're serving another person. You can serve people by picking up the phone. You can serve somebody by, I used to, this guy lost his wife. I felt so bad, and I just invited him over to dinner, and it was kind of awkward. It was me and the kids and this old man, but it was still made me feel good. I'm sure he liked chatting. He likes the kids. Being around children when you're older is so great. Volunteer to watch someone's kids. My cousin, one time I took the kids to Sunsplash one day. It was her birthday, so I just had her, so she could take the day off, and it was a blast. You're taking a break. You're focusing on someone else. You're serving somebody, and you're playing. That's how you build confidence. Isn't that cool? It totally works. The last thing, okay, make one goal, and you got to make it quantifiable. So you can't say, I want to be a better mom, because you can't quantify it. I want a better diet. I want to eat better. I want more exercise. You can't accomplish something. How do you know if it's done then? So better diet, or drink more water. Drink how much more water? You have to be able to quantify the goal so that you can accomplish it. And then take one step, just one, today. One step, focus on the progress. I did one thing. Hey, I'm one step closer. You don't have to, it doesn't matter how long it takes to accomplish the goal. You're just getting one step closer. One step today. That's how you build confidence, because I made a step. Then you think about focusing on your win. That was a win. I was like, wow, all right, I'm winning. I'm on a winning streak. Charlie Rocket, you got to follow him on Instagram. He's hilarious. That's his life hack, is that you say, I am on a winning streak. And I love that. That's my favorite. And then, so, you know, you'd have to say, just some examples of quantifiable goals. Read more, no, isn't quantifiable. Read one book this month. So if it's 300 pages, you got 30 days, you read 10 pages. And so what do? You read 10 pages today. You don't worry about 300, don't worry about the 290, doesn't matter. Read 2 pages, doesn't matter. And then you put it down, you have 5 minutes. I only have 5 minutes today, I'm gonna read 2 pages. Great, okay, perfect. Winning, you're winning. It's a goal, you made one step. That's how you build confidence. Drink more water, not quantifiable. I want to drink 1 gallon of water today. Go buy a gallon jug, gulp some water down right now, and that's how you focus on your wins. I'm like, I have this gallon jug. Oh, I should have brought it. Oh, it's in the car. So it says, you're almost there. Good job. Keep going. It's like these little motivations all day long, so that I make sure that I drink the whole thing. And it's a lot of water, but it's really important for your health and your mind. And so I want to drink a gallon of water. That's one of my goals. So the other one, like exercise. Exercise is not quantifiable, so what is? Okay, I'm going to pick an activity that you like. You know, everybody has different things that they like to do, and physical bodies are different. So maybe it's add more weights if you like to do weights in the gym. Maybe it's yoga. I'm going to do yoga once a week on Saturdays. If it's, maybe you just need to walk. You know, you're just starting on your physical fitness, or you really just want to try to get in shape. You haven't done anything for a while, just go for a walk. Make a quantifiable goal to take one walk every day. 15 minutes, doesn't even have to be that long. But you got out, you did it, you came back home, and you can say, I'm winning. That's a win. That's how you feel better about yourself. You do things to create the feelings of accomplishment. You take small, teeny little things, little steps, little itty bitty things. Then you gradually, it grows and grows and grows. And every little thing shifts your mind into, I do feel better. I'm gonna do that more, because I feel better when I do that. You do things, your mind changes. Exercise, by the way, is a mind game. Exercise is not for your body or how you look. It doesn't matter how you look in your body, your size, your weight, blah, blah, blah. Every single body is different. Every single body has been given to us as a gift. It's a gift. We need to take care of it. We need to take care of this gift. And no matter, it's not about what you look like, it's about how you feel after you're done. That's why I exercise. I hope you try some of these things. My mission is to help people build self-love and self-confidence, because I spent my whole life with low self-esteem. And low self-esteem creates the bad relationships, and it creates suffering. And you don't need to suffer. You can just use strategies that help you. Creating self-love and self-worth is what creates all the rest of the stuff, all of the relationships, not just the main relationship, which is the most important one, but it helps you create that and believe in yourself. That's why I'm so adamant about it, I'm so passionate about it, helping people find love, cultivate love, create love every day, create that self-confidence. And you could just practice these things on a daily basis. See major, major differences. I hope you do. I also send out a weekly newsletter if you want some more tips and strategies for attracting a badass husband, and do the things that I did that helped me get out of the low self-esteem and help me believe that having a great partner was possible. My website's Mrs. Karen Stanley, and if you want to make sure you don't miss out and get the next video, then I will just subscribe to my page if you wouldn't mind. I love you. Have a great day.